people are just consumers on social media. But as a
Right.
coach, our goal is to get people off of the platform and in a conversation with us so that we can give them real, tangible help.
Welcome to the Action Taker podcast, where we keep you and your business in action so that you can focus on serving more people and doing what you do best. Hello, I'm Lauren Cosgrave. I'm a business coach, a Navy veteran. Around here, we like to say that normal is boring, success is inevitable, and taking action is always the next right step. Hello, Action Takers, and welcome to this episode of the Action Taker podcast. Today is a really special episode, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of a primer so that it makes sense what you're listening and watching to. So I had a conversation recently with an amazing coach named Kayla Lyon. She's a financial coach and former Navy veteran, and we were just having this pre-podcast discussion, but it was so good. She was so vulnerable. She was so open that I wanted to share it with you because I think there's such great authenticity that she shows during this interview. And I think you can gain a lot from relating with someone who is like a real mom of entrepreneurship. And please let me know if you think that'd be a good theme. I'd love to come out with a segment like the real moms of entrepreneurship. During our chat, also, I shared with Kayla my number one strategy to transition followers on social media onto sales calls. If you are selling a high ticket item such as coaching or consulting, this is my power tip, my number one strategy. If you do nothing else in social media but this one strategy, it will start to convert people from just being a follower and liking you to actually wanting to get on a call and talk with you and learn more about your products and services. I chopped up the conversation, so it may seem like there's some pieces cut out because I wanted to get you right down to the juicy details. I hope you enjoy it.
So practice is great. And we all need to start there with let me just get myself out there and talk to anyone. Are you comfortable starting to film yourself talking about these topics?
So I have committed to doing my first Facebook Live this week. And I am the most terrified I've ever, what a stupid thing to be scared of, but I am terrified of it. So comfortable? Absolutely not. Willing to entertain it? Yes.
When's your Facebook Live, Kayla?
It's not scheduled. I have not gotten that far yet. I have promised myself I'm going to do it before Sunday night. I'm going to do it this calendar week. Mm-hmm. I have not worked up the courage to actually stick it to my yet.
Kayla, it's so awesome. That's actually, I do something called the 5-day video confidence challenge with some of the people in my group, where I recommend if you're scared of video, go live, force yourself to do it live because you will get better exponentially faster than recording because you will stop yourself. Okay. You will go back and edit it. You'll re-record it. But when you're live, it's number one, more authentic. And number two, you just force yourself to learn as you go. You may say something once, and you're like, oh, that didn't come out exactly the way I wanted to, but you reintroduce it a little bit later in your live, and you're like, oh yeah, that was it. You're just kind of trying on all of these things for size, and you'll feel it when it clicks. But it's that going live that forces you to do it. I'd love to show up and support you if that would be at all helpful for you.
Absolutely.
The other thing I want to just offer for you, if you want to practice, feel free to send me a Facebook Messenger video or if you want to pretend you're going live, just use me as a resource. Or in my Facebook group, a lot of people do practice videos. They'll go live in my Facebook group. That's a free forum to share your message and get some feedback from other entrepreneurs before you're doing it in your group. And it's awesome that you have a Facebook group. I'm so glad to hear you say that you have.
No, I don't have a group. I have a page.
Oh, a page.
Yes. That is the thing that's on my list.
Do you have an Instagram profile?
I do.
You do? Okay. And is it a business one or is it your personal one? Are you talking about You have both?
I have a business one, and I actually was looking at some Instagram strategies. Like I was reading a blog post this morning about like Instagram strategies this morning, because that's something that I'm not great at. I'm like not a very good like millennial when it comes to social media. So I'm having to kind of figure it all out as I go.
Okay. Well, may I give you like one power tip that is like really simple? It's not like anything crazy, but it's with the goal of getting people on sales calls with you. Okay. And this is going to help you with practicing your communication also. Do you know how to send video messages on Instagram? Personal video messages? Okay. What is your Instagram handle?
Kayla MJ Lyon. Lyon. Yep, right there.
Awesome.
Yeah, see, I haven't done much with it yet.
Okay. So that's fine. That's fine. Anyone that follows you, I recommend sending personal video messages to them.
Okay.
Our goal is always to try, it's so easy. Most people are just consumers on social media. But as a coach, our goal is to get people off of the platform and in a conversation with us so that we can give them real tangible help and see if it's a good fit. So one strategy that I would recommend that I think aligns with your goals is to, if you tap this little camera here, let me turn it around. I'm going to send you a little example video. Oh, my screen's all like, okay, there we go. Of what I send to like new followers, especially people that join my Facebook group, because Facebook group people have been like, yes, I really want to know what you're talking about. But you can start with Instagram and do this with anyone new that follows you that you don't know already. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Hi, Kayla. It's Lauren Cosgrave. I just wanted to say thank you so much for following my Instagram. What was your favorite post and what are some of your top financial goals coming up over the next 90 days? I'm always here for you. Feel free to send me a message here in DM. And then you can do something. I normally like to personalize it and I'll just go like, hi, Kayla. How much more powerful do you think this is over the like random text drop that most people get all the time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's like, hey, I'm a coach. You want to talk? Hey, love your feed. So beautiful. Like, but if you were to get like a personal video message from someone asking you what your financial goals were, and you're going to then be practicing that like networking and you can continue the conversation just on DM. You don't have to keep sending like videos back and forth, but you're trying to find who are people who are really interested, who has challenges that I can help them with, and then invite them to a call. If you can help them, that would be a strategy that I would recommend for you in this, as you're working out.
Thank
Put
you.
yourself out there. Like, let's maybe like target it so that you're like getting in front of people that you could serve and ultimately maybe transition to clients.
Absolutely. That's a great idea. I did not even know that video messaging on Instagram was a thing. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Is there anything that you've overcome? Like if you were, is there any topics that came to mind for you that like, oh, I'd really love to cover this?
I think the biggest thing, like the biggest, not really a challenge, but just like the biggest like hurdle, I guess, that I'm overcoming, still definitely present tense, is getting over being scared of putting it out there. Mm-hmm. Right? Like intellectually, I knew this. You don't just like build a website and then like set it live and then just sit and wait for clients and readers to flow into you. Like you have to actually go and tell people what you're doing and make offers to help them, which again, intellectually, like, of course you have to do that. Like, right? Like nobody sits there and like Googles random things and random people's names, like trying to, find a needle in a haystack. Yeah. I had and still do had a lot of fear, all of the things, right? Fear of rejection, fear of, any kind of negative feedback, fear of people I know saying, what are you talking about? You're not qualified, like imposter syndrome, all the things, right, that everybody feels. when you're trying to do something new and your brain's freaking out and your brain's telling you that you can't do this. So I'm getting much better at the telling my brain to shush and it's going to be fine and there's no lions chasing us and we're not going to die and everything's going to be fine. But it's still scary, you know, like you still have to like every day take the steps, take the action, and you have to keep doing it and failing forward and all of the wonderful, like kind of corny things that like any successful business person or any business coach or anybody will tell you that you have to do in order to succeed. But the reason why everybody says that is because it's true, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's definitely my biggest challenge that I feel like I've overcome it. I also still feel like I like overcome it every day. Just being willing to put myself out there and know that I'm gonna get some negative feedback, but also keep remembering that the reason I'm doing it is because for every one person who decides they don't like what I have to say, there's probably 100 more who can really benefit from it. So
yeah,
that's my main.
that's awesome. How many pieces of content have you watched and thought in your head that was awesome, but you never commented?
That I've never commented on?
Mm-hmm.
Plenty.
Right?
And that's what I keep telling myself too. And I'm like, I've never like read something that I didn't agree with and then like launched into this like verbal tirade and made it this whole awful thing.
Yeah.
Like I've never done that.
Mm-hmm.
I also, and I, because of that, I've tried to, not because of that, but what you said, because I've also have read or watched plenty of things that I think are great. And maybe I'll like send it to one or two people, but I'm not broadcasting it or like commenting or like doing a bunch of stuff. And I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to like comment more and like and share more, not on everything, but just the stuff that really I think is really fantastic. Like just to kind of give, you know, the creator some love and, you know, that's how the churn works, right? So it's kind of helpful. It's like podcast reviews, right? Like when you leave a rating and a review for a podcast, that helps it be seen by more people. It's how the algorithms work. So the more I learn that, the more I realize that it's helpful for the creator. It's helpful for me too. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just spreading the love so the world keeps going round and round. So
yeah, I teach my coaching clients something I call the real analytics. And you know you're getting it right on social media if you're getting 1 to 2 in real life pieces of feedback on your content. Someone saying, hey, I saw that video you did the other day and it was awesome, but they never commented, they never liked. If you're getting at least one person tell you, like go to the effort to like verbally tell you and communicate feedback, you're rocking it. You're doing really, really well. And if we impact just one person's life, is that enough? Does that make it all worth it?
exactly.
Is a question I just would encourage you to think about. So awesome.
That's very encouraging. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Yes.
Because that puts everything into perspective, right?
Yes. Yeah. Like I actually recommend most of my clients, like put blinders on the Instagram and Facebook analytics. Don't look at them. They do not tell you the real story. I'd rather you have a Post-it note where you're keeping a check mark of every time someone tells you, oh, I saw that video you posted and it was super helpful. I finally have a financial plan. Or I hadn't even thought about budgeting in that way. Thanks so much for sharing that new concept. And if you put a little tally, you're getting it right. You're doing really well.
That's such a great idea.
Where can people find you? And tell us a little bit about your products and services.
My website is kaylalyon.com, KAYLALYON.com. I have a money coaching program. It's a one-on-one coaching program for 3 months that will meet you wherever you are and set up a path and walk you along to whatever your goals are. So from the very beginning, we drive all the way down into what where you are, what you want, what you need, and set up a very personalized, not just budget, but like financial plan with the day to day. So, so whatever that looks like for you. Yeah, and I've got a ton of content there and, blog posts. And so that's the best place to learn more about me. You can schedule an insight call. You can, reach out to me via email or.
Awesome.
And last but not least, don't forget to join the Action Taker community. It's an awesome group of individuals, entrepreneurs, and high performers just like you that are striving for excellence and for success and to take their business from side hustle to careers. Head over to facebook.com/groups/Action Taker community. You can also just search the Action Taker community on Facebook. Would love to have you there. There's a special invitation to be able to also come join in on an Action Taker Elite coaching session for free. So I've got as much stuff as I can give you right now. You can go get the free guide at laurencosgrave.com/free guide and go join the Facebook group, the Action Taker community, so that you can join those of us that are working alongside you. And if you're up for it, come join us. Come check out the Action Taker Elite coaching program. See if it's the right fit for you. Remember, Action Taker, until next time, remember that normal is boring, success is inevitable, and action taking is always the next right step.